Good morning, Year 9s. I wanted to touch base with you this week to discuss kind of the work you've been doing and where we're going to go forward with this. I've been really impressed with the work you've been sending through, especially the theory work lately and to do with the drawing projects and the jewellery projects. It's really important you try your best with this work. I appreciate it's difficult. I'm absolutely hating this lockdown malarkey at the moment. I'm a designer. I enjoy making. It's so difficult that you can't get access to materials and workshops, and you're facing the same challenges. I wanted to speak to you and discuss with you kind of what we're doing at the moment, why we are doing it, and kind of the way forward. Now, because you've selected this GCSE option, you're probably going to be aware of a few things of these. So first of all, your course is 50% project and 50% exam. All the work you do in year 9 for your project and making, and all the work you do in year 10 for your making, doesn't count to any of your GCSE. It's all about learning those skills. However, the other 50% of your course is the theory element. And this is all the work you were doing during this term in year 9, all the way through to March, April time in year 11. So it's 50% project, 50% exam. The year 10 projects we do are quite fun and interesting. We do a seagull project where you work in small mini production lines and you make one of those seagulls that when you pull the string, it flaps its wings on the ceiling. We will look at doing some design for disabled. We'll play with 3D printers. We'll play with laser cutters. So we would do a lot of projects that would develop the skills you need to do really well for your project when you get to year 11. Now, the year 11 work is known as the NEA, which is non-examinable assessment. This is what we would call coursework, and this involves the exam board giving you a brief or a context or a focus area. This year's year 10 have been given nature and the environment. So they've got to come up with a project associated with nature and the environment. It's their own project, it's their own focus, and they have to produce a prototype and a folder at the end of that. And that counts for 50% of their GCSE. As I said, you won't get this context until you are in year 10 around the 1st of June. So you haven't got anything to worry about for the moment. The two things we're going to focus on in year 9 and year 10 are the skills you need to do well. So we're going to teach you some drawing skills, some making skills, how to use 3D printers, how to develop resilience to do with things like modelling, research skills. So everything you're doing at the moment is really important, and it really, really will help you do really well at your GCSE. The other important thing is the theory. The theory element has changed a lot in the last 2 to 3 years. It's probably gained about a 30% increase in work, and therefore we do start the theory work in year 9. In a nice way, you've been able to do really well with the theory. I've been using Mr. C, who's done really well producing those DT videos. There's no point me reinventing the wheel. We might as well use his videos. The nice thing with YouTube videos is you can actually stop, start, and you can work through the things at your own pace. We've got a few more to do. I've tackled some fairly, I admit, mundane areas, but actually quite interesting to do in mechanical devices. We would spend a few lessons learning these at school. It's easier for you to do the same work at home. Some of the other work we've got to consider this term, and maybe the beginning of next term, are things like nuclear power, wind energy, looking at sustainable materials, alternative energy systems, how we store energy, flywheels, etc. Again, this is something you've probably never come across, but we've got to learn it as part of the GCSE theory. So all I'll say is keep going with the theory work, keep going with any kind of questions. Do email me. Please upload all your work to Teams. Please make sure that you actually upload the work. You don't just click hand in and you realise you haven't put an assignment attached to it. At the end of June, the last 2 weeks, I'm probably going to come up with a quick challenge project so we have a break from the theory. And I'm hoping that from the 23rd of July, when we finish school, you will not have any design work to do for the summer holidays. Yes. Other than those of you who are still playing catch up. In the last assignment hand in, only a third of you didn't, 2/3 handed the work in, a third didn't. You can't bury your heads in the sand like an ostrich. You've got to do the work. If you don't do the work now, you will be playing catch up in September, and we don't want that, or maybe during the summer holidays. So please keep going with the theory work, keep sending it through. I've tried to give you long deadlines, so you can either get them all done now or you can do them in each week. It's entirely up to you. And do send through any queries or questions. Keep safe. As you can see behind me, it's nice and sunny. Enjoy the weather. Bye.